Wednesday, Musicians Matters podcast, live right here at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Positive Power, 21 Christian Media LLC. Let's go!
Welcome to Musicians Matters podcast. And also, I would like to say congratulations to our Las Vegas Aces, the world's WNBA champions. Congratulations, Becky Hammond, on your endeavors, and Wilson and Plum and Gray and all of the other team members in the historical movement. Welcome to Musicians Podcast Matters Live on Demand. If you missed any of our podcasts, you can go to any of the podcast power on Positive Power 21 Christian Media LLC on the Weekend channel on Spotify, Google Play, and Spreaker, etc., or on my website, drummersunitedinternational.com, and tap in on Musicians Matters podcast. I would like to thank my sponsors, Stovall's and Associates, off of 21301 Palomino Lane, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89107. You can reach them at 702-258-3034, or TCG Graphics off of 2301 West Washington Avenue, Las Vegas, Nevada, 89106, 702-636-3975. Let's welcome my special guest, Sir Elliott. How you doing, Mr. Elliott?
Good evening, Mr. Swift. How you doing?
Everything's great. How's your day today?
Good. It's been well. I went to the dentist early this morning, but I'm in a little bit of pain, but I'm fine.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, where do I begin, man? I've been involved with jazz for a while. Me personally, I was born and raised in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Roll Tide. That's for one. And I moved to Chicago, Illinois, years ago. I have three daughters in Chicago. Well, they live there are other places now throughout the country. But with that being said, I was in Chicago for quite a few years. Moved to Atlanta, and ended up moving to Las Vegas back in 1999. And there I met the legendary Mr. Freddie Hubbard.
Mr. Freddie B, right?
No, Freddie Hubbard, Hubbard, not Freddie B, Freddie Hubbard, the legendary jazz trumpeter.
Awesome.
Yep. And after that, I was in Vegas until 2013, and I relocated to Sacramento, which is where I am now.
Awesome. So basically, you're basically a promoter, right?
I'm like, it's hard to describe what I'm doing now. I have a couple of clients I'm working with, and I'm thinking considering as, well, I guess you could be promoters. I guess that's the word to use if you care to. Yeah, promoter. Elliott Jazz Management is my business, and through the years working with Freddie Hubbard, I've gotten a lot of experience. I've chose to step out that direction, to get involved in doing that myself. After I had a very bad accident back in 2012 in Las Vegas, I decided I had to figure out something to do. And I decided, you know what? You worked for years with Freddie Hubbard, and it's time to do something on your own, and that's what I'm doing.
That's amazing. So
yeah, it is.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about. So basically,
yes, sir.
When you're doing promoting, what you do in promoting, what do you look at?
Well, I have a couple of clients that I'm promoting. And what I do is make calls, as we all do if you're interested in getting your artists out there. You're making calls to variety jazz clubs throughout the country, or either casinos that's booking that does booking with music, and letting them know who I work with, and send them EPK out and send bio out. And if they respond, they say, we would like to talk to you further, and that's it. I mean, you have to. It's a work process.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You know, you have to be patient with it, and when the opportunity comes, you have to get them signed and lock it in.
Yeah, so I can tell by experience, by me being a musician, is
right.
That's truly a hard situation to be in.
Right.
You got to have like people that you talk to, and you got to talk to them basically almost daily.
If not daily, at least a couple of times of the week.
Right. Okay. Right.
Yeah. But I love it, and it's something that it's a passion that I have. And like I said, when I had an accident in Vegas a few years back, and I worked with the companies I was working with in Vegas, and I relocated to Sacramento, I had to find out what to do, what was best for me to do. And I prayed about it, and the Lord said, you know what? You have a good voice. Use something, do something, talking, and try to get people to work. And that's what I'm doing.
Awesome. As you doing your career, do you ever have any weaknesses?
Wow, weaknesses. Let me see. Yeah, over the years, I have hit you hit down to the bottom a little bit, and you get regrouped. Mm-hmm. When I had my accident in Vegas, I was down, and I had to decide on what I wanted to do. I think that was a down period for me. But by me being a Christian and having a diehard mother the way she is, it was like, you know what, get up and do what you do and work it out. And that's it.
That's amazing. Yeah, so that's really, truly amazing. So if you could go,
it is.
If you could go anywhere in the country, where would it be?
Oh, what's on my bucket list?
That's a bucket list?
Well, so to speak, but anywhere in the country. I haven't been to Switzerland. That would be a place I wouldn't mind visiting.
Yeah, I would like to go to Italy. Actually, if I can get a chance, I would like to go. I would like to go to Italy. If not Italy, it would be Hawaii.
Okay, that'll work. Yeah, Hawaii has a lot of jazz festivals over there. Go ahead.
The reason why I'm saying that because of Italy, I like the food. I like to cook Italian food, and Italian food is my one of my strengths, and I like to make sauces. So basically, I'm a saucier. So besides being a musician, I have another thing is cooking. So I like to go to Italy. Yeah, if I can get a chance to go to Italy, that would be one of my places I would.
That would be a good spot. Gotcha.
Yes. What motivated you to go to do what you're doing right now?
What motivated me, man? Over the years, I was Freddie Hubbard road manager from 2008 until he passed in 2009. And I've met so many musicians, and I got to thinking about, man, and what can you do? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's really amazing, man, is that a lot of the guys that was in Freddie band is doing very well right now. Krista McBride, Grammy Award winner, Benny Green, outstanding pianist. Javon Jackson, saxophonist, all them guys was kids when I was working with Freddie. And what they're doing now is amazing, man. It really is. We toured with Nancy Wilson, and also with the late Ramsey Lewis. I mean, I have church space with a lot of people. Joe Williams back in the day. It was amazing. So I was surrounded with so much things to do. That electrified me. You know, that made me say, you know what? This is what you was meant to be doing. Something like this.
Right.
Because when you look at the music experience I've had and the people I was around, it was just speechless. You know, it really is. You know?
Sounds like you've been around a lot of people, far as a musician-wise and far as
yes.
Wow. That's very interesting. Very interesting.
Yes. Been in contact with I have a Willie Bradley is one of the guys I'm pretty close with. D. Lucas, saxophonist down in Atlanta. Those are some smooth jazz guys, but when you go to real jazz, been around Freddie Hubbard, that's what you was around, you know. So that's just how it is. But jazz is jazz, smooth jazz, hard jazz it just, and also music is music.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
you know,
it does. It says a lot about yourself, basically.
Yeah.
And it does bring a mood to you, like say, for instance, I was talking to certain people. Jazz is like your heart, basically.
Yeah.
You can,
yes, I would agree.
Like you can talk jazz, you can sing jazz, you can play jazz, you can
Yes.
do a lot of stuff with jazz. Am I right?
You can. That is true. You're right. You nailed it.
So
you definitely can.
I love jazz. Reason why I love jazz because of you don't really have, like, say for instance, gospel is just straight gospel, blues is straight blues, but jazz you can go anywhere with jazz.
Yes, you can. You have a lot of avenues to work on.
Yes,
that is so true. That's true.
By me being a drummer, you can. There's a lot of rudiments that I can do with jazz. I can play that rudiment like 4/4s, 4/16s, 4/28s, or I can swing the rhythm, or I can just trap. You know, like you heard of that before, right?
Yes, I have.
Actually, I like the trap music when I'm
you like the trap?
When I'm playing jazz. I like to really trap.
Yeah,
you can do a lot when you're trapping with the jazz music.
That you can do. I agree.
Yeah.
That is so true, man. That is you definitely nailed it with that. I'm with you with that for sure.
So, by you not doing like your business, how do you rest your minds off of days of work?
Man,
or
to be honest,
working 24 hours.
No, my mind is 24 hours. I have to force myself to calm down, man. I've adjusted a lot. Like when I first started doing this, what I'm doing now, I was full forward on the phones, doing this and doing that. But I've scaled back. I'm a diehard believer. I'm a Christian guy. I give time to the Lord. And on Sundays, that's my time to focus on Him. And during the week, in the evenings, I may listen to my church service that brings me back down to reality. But I don't do anything relating to music on Sundays. If I get a call from someone or someone want to talk, I call back. I call them the first thing Monday morning. If it's after 12, I call you back, 1 o'clock in the morning. But Sundays, I've made up my mind the last couple of months let Sunday be Sunday. I unwind, look at sports, diehard sports fan. I mean, diehard Raider fan, despite them giving away that game on this past Sunday.
Come on now.
But,
come on, Elliott.
And you mentioned the Aces. I'm an Aces girl. I'm not a girl, but I'm an Aces guy. And which is I didn't know that until we got to communicate. You an Aces fan, so when I come back to Vegas, man, next year when the season come around, we're gonna have to catch a couple of games, man.
Oh yes, definitely.
I've always said the beginning of the year they was going to be taking it. I've always said they just had what it took. They had what it takes.
But check this out, buddy. You didn't think that they was going to have that parade, did you?
I knew they was going to have the parade. I just didn't know where they could have it at.
I told you it was going to be on the strip.
You mentioned the strip. I'm like, so what they going to block what off? What side? Which one? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I didn't put it together, but they had it, and it was good for them, man. Them girls deserve it, and they got a squad that can win a couple, not just one championship. All of their top players are on the contract for a couple of years.
That's what everybody's saying too.
Oh yeah. They have a chance to take a couple without injuries. I'm sure they're gonna have injuries down the line, but if they stay the way they are in nucleus wise, they have all of their players are on the contracts for a couple of years, and that's what's going to take them over, and that's a good thing. But that's how I unwind, man. I get into the Word. I read the Bible. And you have to distance yourself from certain things because there's so much going on out here, and you have to just back yourself up and just, you know what, do you, And I take time for myself. That's how I unwind. But when Monday morning come around, I'm on it.
You're back at it, right?
With our time zone, we on the West Coast. You live in Vegas. I live in California. We know that we're in the same time zone. You got to get up at 6 o'clock to be on 9 o'clock East Coast time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I get up and get on it, man. I get up and get on it, and a lot of jazz clubs is basically on the East Coast. There's not that many jazz clubs out west. They here and there, but they on the East Coast, and I call them up. Call out a couple of casinos. A lot of casinos we have here on the West Coast, and just got to get it done, man. That's it.
So, do you have any favorite scriptures?
To be honest, scriptures all of them they all are meaningful.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They all are meaningful. They really are. So to give it directly to give it direct to one, I can't do because I'd be taking something from what all of them are great.
That's true. That makes a lot of sense.
You know what I'm saying? So that
makes sense. Did this pandemic ever affect your business?
Oh, yes, Roger. Yes, bro. Those 2 years. Well, I really wasn't doing it that much when the pandemic hit, 2 years ago. But it hit Vegas hard. And matter of fact, I was in Vegas in 2020 in February. My birthday is in February. I was there at the Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club that February when it hit, man. And for us not to know what was going on and someone knew it and that nobody know got me a little upset, but that's a here or there. That's another thing. But, I went to the Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club that night for my birthday when I was there in February in 2020. My girlfriend in Vegas and her daughter and I went. And neither less that here then the pandemic came down. Everybody ran into it, but I was there during that time. Nobody, without knowing, that was what was happening.
Wow.
Yeah, but I just started.
I was in the hospital, my brother. I was in the hospital, and people were coming around. People were coming around with masks on, and I'm asking the workers, "What's the situation?" And they couldn't even tell us. Yeah,
it was like that. It was like that, man. It was in Vegas was really shut. You live there, you know how it was. It was literally shut down.
Everything was shut down. It was pitch black down on the street.
Yeah, it was pitch. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It was the same way here in Sacramento, man. When it first hit, it was like nobody couldn't go nowhere. you couldn't do this and you couldn't do that. You just couldn't do nothing. But at the same time, it's still here. It's not as contagious as it is, but the virus is still here.
Right.
You know,
right.
when I go anywhere, do anything, man, I wear a mask still.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And and I believe until the country, everybody as a whole get vaccinated, we have a good chance of knocking it out. But right now, we still behind the 8 ball, man. Despite us having this freedom, unmasked and it's not that serious, but it's serious in some spaces, depending on where you are.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. That is true. So what lesson have you learned as in this industry that you wouldn't do anymore?
What lessons have I learned?
Yes, in the industry.
I've learned to be patient.
Okay.
You know how you want to do something when you get a call and jump on it, and you take it and you do it. You do what you do. I've learned to say, you know what? Take a step back and just listen to what you were talking about and revamp it. You know what I'm saying? You know, all money ain't good money. All money is not good money. I've learned that. You know what I'm saying? So if I get a call about something and you get a red flag, before I would jump on it, you know, don't pay any attention what the red flag is showing, but how bright the light is. But now, I pray about everything, man. Everything in my life, every day, I pray about it before I make any kind of a move. Seriously.
That's true.
Seriously, man. I mean, if I got to put them on hold, if I get a call about someone wanting my client to work for them, I put them on hold, or I get back with them and say a prayer. And when I get an answer from him upstairs, I call back.
Amen. Amen.
And before now, I would just jump on anything. Like it wasn't like anything come your way, you just ride with it. You know, and that's how it was. But now, that's something I wouldn't. That's something I have changed to be patient. The capital P.
Makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yes. And when you get through looking at the whole thing, you got more clarity. You're not cloudy in your mind. I mean, you know what I'm saying? True. It clears you. It clears you up on what you.
I like the way that you said. I like the way that you said that. You said not all good. All money is good money.
It's not. It's not. And all people ain't good people. So that's just how it is, man. Nothing against anyone, but you have to pick and choose who in your circle. You got to pick and choose. And it's very, very. We have a very small, limited circle. I do anyway. You know, I have acquaintances, and I'm very close to my family. But I have a very, very close knit family. And out of that circle, it's not too many around. I consider you as a good associate of mine, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's very limited. Yeah, you know, it's very limited. Yeah, it's very limited.
That makes a lot of sense because I can count on my hand. On my hand, who I have friends because
there you go.
You know, reason why I'm saying that because I got bit a lot.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's not a good feeling.
There you go. I hear you.
Feeling. It's not a good feeling.
There you go. There you go.
So we coming to a close, but what I'm saying, what do you have to say to the world positively?
Just pray up. That's it. Be prayerful.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who don't believe, please be believed because there is someone up there that's looking out over us, man. You wouldn't be where you are without him. I wouldn't be where I am without him. This podcast is a blessing, unexpectedly blessing. You contacted me a couple of months ago, and you approached me, and I'm like, okay, yes, I'll do it. Not knowing more about it, you know what I mean? Now that I know more about it is one thing, is another thing, but I agreed to it, but I prayed about it. And that's how I mean, you know, and when the Lord said, you know what, you're going to do it. Expose what you know, and because you never know who's listening that can benefit what you've been through. Not that I've told a lot, but you asked me a few things. You asked me a few things that I can expound on, you know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing. That's what it is. You have to share. If you don't share, man, if you don't share your blessings, your blessings get taken away.
That is true. You know, that world that.
That's it. The blessings get taken away. You won't even know what happened. All you know is that it's not happening no more.
That's true. That's true. That is true.
You know.
So where can they reach you at?
Go ahead. I'm here in Sacramento. Elliott Jazz Management is in Sacramento. I have an email address, which is WRELLIOTT58@gmail.com.
Awesome.
And my phone number is 916-230-6323.
Awesome. So if you need a manager,
yep, yes,
this is the one, Mr. Elliott.
I am the one.
Friend. That's right. So
okay.
I would like to thank Jerry Royce, Life of Positive Power, 21 Christian Media LLC, for being there as a true brother and a true friend in Christ. And I would like to thank Tyler Gaston, the gas station recording studio, for all of my engineering work for doing on this show. And next week we're going to have our guest Freddie B.
Yes, sir.
It says now faith is a substance. Yes, Freddie B. Yes.
Yes, Freddie B is a good guy, man.
Yes, he is. Now,
he's a good guy. You're gonna enjoy conversating with him. You really are. You're gonna enjoy that good conversation, man.
Yes, I am.
You really
definitely. Yes. It says now faith is a substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And that's Hebrews 11:1. Be blessed.
Okay. Be blessed. Likewise, Mr. Smith. Thank you very much.
All right.
Join me as your host, Roderick Swift, every Wednesday, Musicians Matters Podcast, live right here at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Positive Power, 21 Christian Media LLC. Let's go!
You're listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.